Hey, welcome back to the channel. I've got another fun story for you today. This one comes from a favorite book of mine. It's a treasury of classic tales. And this particular story is called The Snail and the Whale. Now, I think this is a great one for anyone that likes happy endings. So let's jump right into it. On a smooth black rock at the edge of the sea lived a tiny snail with a very big dream. While the other snails stayed close to the rock, nibbling on seaweed and basking in the sun, this snail, named Silvy, would gaze out at the waves, dreaming of faraway lands and distant shores. "I want to see the world," she would sigh. "But I am far too small." The other snails chuckled. "Silly Silvy," they said. "The sea is no place for a snail. Stay here, where it's safe." But Silvy's heart was filled with curiosity, and her dreams were larger than any tide. Then one moonlit night, when the sea was calm and the stars were bright, a great blue whale came gliding into the bay. His eyes were kind, and his voice was deep and gentle. "Who will ride with me?" he called. "I seek a friend to sail the seas and see the world from wave to wave." The snails shrank back into their shells, all except for Silvy. She inched forward and looked up, her tiny voice brave. "I will go with you." The whale blinked in surprise, then smiled. "Climb aboard, little one." With a tremble of excitement, Silvy crawled up the whale's broad, strong tail and onto his back, curling beside his dorsal fin, and with that they were off. The tiny snail and the great blue whale, they traveled far, across oceans wide, to places where dreams and waves collide. They sailed past icebergs tall as towers, where penguins danced on frozen ledges. They swam beneath the golden sun, through coral reefs that shimmered like treasure. Dolphins leapt beside them, and turtles waved with flippers as old as time. Silvy clung tight, wide-eyed with wonder. "It's more beautiful than I ever imagined." The whale chuckled. "There is so much more to see." They passed islands where parrots squawked in every color, and through glowing waters under the stars, where jellyfish lit up like lanterns in a midnight parade. At night, they'd rest in hidden bays, and the whale would hum deep lullabies while Silvy curled into the soft grooves of his skin. Safe and warm, they became the best of friends. But one day, far from home, the weather turned, dark clouds gathered, and thunder cracked. The waves rose higher, crashing like mountains around them. "Hold on, Silvy," the whale called. Silvy gripped tight, but a huge wave knocked the whale into a rocky cove. He was strong, but even the strongest must rest. He became trapped, stuck on a sandbar as the tide went out. "I can't move," he groaned. Silvy looked around. They were near a village. Lights flickered in the distance, and people were walking the shore. "I'll get help," Silvy cried. "But you're too small," the whale said. "I may be small," said Silvy, "but I'm not alone." She slid off the whale's back and began her journey across the beach. Every grain of sand felt like a boulder. Every step was slow, but Silvy didn't stop. She reached the village, where children were building sandcastles. One little girl noticed the shiny trail glistening in the moonlight. "Look," she shouted, "a snail, and it's riding something." Silvy had left a message in her trail, curling in graceful letters. "Help whale stranded. Need water. Hurry." The villagers rushed to the beach. They brought buckets and hoses, wet sheets, and wheelbarrows of seawater. They worked through the night, cooling the whale and digging trenches to bring in the tide. As the morning sun rose, the tide returned, and with it, freedom. With a mighty push and a grateful song, the whale slid back into the sea. He turned and waited. Silvy, tired but beaming, inched her way to the shore. "You saved me," he said. "You carried me across the world," said Silvy. "I only return the favor." From that day on, the snail and the whale were legends. children told tales of the brave snail who crossed a village to save a friend. Sailors shared sightings of the pair, dancing through waves. And in every port, people waited for the day they might see the unlikely pair. A tiny snail, riding high on the back of a giant whale. They still travel even now, to the cliffs of wind and the valleys deep, to lands where the skies and oceans sleep. And wherever they go, they remind the world, no dream is too big, no creature too small. With courage and friendship, you can do it all. Wow! What a wonderful adventure for such a tiny snail, and a perfect reminder that no matter how small we are, we can accomplish anything we set our minds to. I really like that message. I hope you enjoyed this story today. If you did, please click the like button below. It helps other people find this story. And if you haven't done so already, consider subscribing to the channel. We have a lot more stories just like this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.